Hey guys, thank you for tuning in. So welcome. I hope you enjoyed the video. Today marks the end, I think. I hope. After my pull request review of my Ruby section of the Microverse curriculum. So I've been with Microverse since February. It is now August, and I've really enjoyed learning Ruby. Microverse has been really cool and patient, I should say. Going into Microverse, I didn't really count on the fact that it would take me so long to learn Ruby, but thankfully today I finished my capstone, so enjoy the video. I'm going to demo it for you in a minute. What I learned coming in with no backend experience unfortunately took me 5 months. I had to learn to deal with the fact that I am not as smart as other people progressing in the curriculum. So unfortunately, it took me 5 months to learn Ruby, but I have now learned how to do cool things in Ruby, like what you're about to see in the demo that follows. I learned how in Ruby you can take different objects to create different chunks of code that will execute different functions, and how you can tie these different objects together to just do different things, and how you have different methods within Ruby to help you do that, right? It's so awesome how you can make it so modular and how you can just import different chunks of pre-written Ruby stuff, like different gems, to help you develop what you need a lot quicker. Anyway, so that being said, thank you, Microverse, for allowing me to keep learning and being patient with me as you have. I am grateful for the experience, and I hope that everyone out there watching the video enjoys the demo of what I have learned during my progress in the Ruby curriculum at Microverse. Thank you, and enjoy the video. Hi guys, so today I'm gonna demo for you a script that I wrote with Ruby. I've been working with Ruby for maybe like a month, 2 months now, and I have made a script that can help you navigate the Kick-Ass torrent site or any site. It's gonna be open source, so you can go in there and change any values that you wish. So feel free to go on GitHub and fork it and make it better. So the way that it works is you do need Ruby installed. So to check if you have Ruby, just go to your terminal and then type ruby-b. You should get a response in like this. If you don't, depending on what operating system you have, I would recommend getting Homebrew. Once you get Homebrew, if you have Mac, it's like a package manager. You just do brew, install, and then you do Ruby, and it would install. I already have it, so I'm not going to do it. If you have a different operating system, like for example, if you have Linux, depending on what distribution you have, check what command you need to run. But if you have Arch, just do something like sudo pacman-s and then do Ruby, and it'll install that for you. So just check online on Google to see what the installation would be for Ruby for your computer. So once you have Ruby installed, you clone the directory, and then you just change into the directory by doing change directory to Ruby scraper. I'm already there, as you can see, so I don't really need to change into it. Once you're inside of the directory with your terminal, you're going to type ruby .bin/main.rb, right? And then this script will execute. What it will do is it'll greet you and it'll ask you what it is that you are searching for. So if I go in here and I type in a search, it'll scrape the website it'll scrape the website, and then it'll return your query. So as you can see here, I have the different list items being displayed, and then I have the names of the titles of the torrent, as well as more information like the genre and the link directly to the download. So this can help you look for the torrent that you need and navigate the site without having to actually deal with pop-ups and anything of the sort. So for the site, you do have to be a member to download, unless you can navigate through the HTML You can bypass all of that, but you do need to be a member to access the download. So this will take you to the direct page where the download is located. To go to it, you pretty much just hit Control or Command and then just click on the link and it'll take you there. So at the bottom of the script, you get displayed the results and the pages available as well as your query. So here we have a total of 634 results amongst 331 pages and the query that we searched for. So here the script will keep running until you type exit. Anything you input here will rewrite the search and will research for whatever it is that you are looking for. For example, if I were to put another query in here and I hit enter, you can see that it rewrites my search and then it updates my results and my pages. If I try to pan to a page that's not there, for example, page 101, the script will recognize that and then it'll just reboot for you. So if you are done searching, what you could then do is just hit exit and the script will exit for you. So the way that it works is actually quite simple. What you do is you use Ruby to import a few gems, the HTTParty and the Nokogiri, which is what formats it. This will make a pull request and this will format it for you to extract values. I also am using the gem terminal table to display the table at the bottom, which is this table right here. So once you do that, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys my main file. In the main file, what I do is I pretty much just initialize this class, fetch torrents, and then I call from within there the method display results. So as you can see here, my class, what it does is as it initializes, it gets the information from the user as he's inputting into the terminal. And then it'll assign default values like these, which will assign the first page, and it'll activate the crawling. So what it does is the display results, it'll actually start to scrape the site by getting the input, which is the query and the page, right? So what it will do is it'll start to put all of the extracted torrents onto the screen. And then after that, it'll then show you the table at the bottom, and then it will start to crawl the site. So as the site is crawling, it's going to keep asking for user inputs, checking his inputs, and then displaying his results until the crawling is set to false or the user enters an exit. The way that the scraper actually works is it will come in here, it will build your URL depending on what it is that the user entered as his query, and it'll also assign a page to the URL depending on the user's inputs, if one was given or not. So what it will then do is it'll make a pull request to the URL and it will format it, a get request, and then it'll format it, which will then allow you to play with the data. The way that it works is I made a method that will, after it pulls the results, it will count all of the results available, and then it will return those, which I can then in turn use to pull the rest of the torrents and then divide them and create the pages. So here what I do is I pull the torrents and I save them to an array of torrents. So each item inside of this array is actually each item in the list of the torrents. So what I do at the end is I just return it, and then I display them with my table file. In my table file, what I do is I pretty much just print a table, but before I print it, I make sure I calculate the number of pages that are available for the user and the query that the user inputs, so it's readable, right? I extract it from the URL from his inputs, and I format it for the URL, or I extract it from there so it's humanly readable in the script. I also did some testing to the scraper and the table files to make sure that all the methods are working, so feel free to take a look at that if you want to do some more TDD testing. So yeah, that's just a little bit about my project. I hope that it helps somebody out there as they're trying to navigate and find the right torrent that they need on the web without having to without having to deal with annoying pop-up ads as you are looking for the file that you need. So I hope that this also got you a little bit more interested in Ruby and about the functionality and the stuff that you can create, the different apps that you can make with Ruby. All right, well, take care. See you on the next one.